When we allow ourselves, when we open, when we surrender, when we give ourselves to the Lord, without any hesitation, He comes to us. He is yearning and wanted me to take away every barrier so that He could penetrate and He could draw me into Himself. In fact, we were incorporated in Him by the action of the Holy Spirit. We become a new creation. My name is Myles Dempsey. I'm the founder of the Prince of Peace community. I grew up in Ireland and my faith was nourished there as a child. I came to England and I became involved in the Catholic Evidence Guild, which entailed confronting people at street corners and other places. And then from there on, I became involved in the Charismatic Renewal back in 1973. And shortly after that, when I was prayed with for baptism of the Spirit, I had a deep experience with the Lord. He began to change my heart, change my whole direction of my life. And then I went to confession in my local church. I'd been a believing, practicing Catholic all my life, and I'd always gone regularly to confession. And when I came out of the confession box, which was in the local parish church, I went across the main aisle to a side chapel where the Blessed Sacrament was exposed in a tabernacle. And when I knelt down to pray in the bench, as soon as I started praying, the whole aspect of that tabernacle changed. It began to attract me. I felt like I was a little piece of metal being attracted by a huge magnet. And I wanted to be in the tabernacle. I wanted to be there. I was drawn. I would have gone up and put my arms around the tabernacle if it hadn't been, there were people there and there were other obstacles in front. And my soul was just leaping out of my body. And I remained transfixed in that situation. And how long I was there, I don't know. But there was a communication of love between the Lord in the tabernacle and me. And then I didn't realize, of course, everybody had gone. I was alone. But then a man came around with keys and rattling them and indicating I had to go. And I didn't want to lose anything of what I was experiencing. And I rushed out, got into my car, drove fast home, went into my bedroom. My wife and children happened to be out that night, and I was alone. And I took this crucifix down, and I stood it up on the bed in front of me. And I knelt down to pray. Now, this is a small plastic figure nailed to a piece of wood. But suddenly the whole aspect of this crucifix changed. And it was life-size in front of me. And Jesus was looking down from the cross at me. And He was yearning, wanting to reach me. And the nails held Him back. He wanted to be one with me. And I wanted to be one with Him. And how long this interchange went on, I don't know. But for quite a while. And from that moment on, my life was changed. I had other experiences much earlier of a similar kind. But what I want to say is that everybody's experience may be different, but it's the same Lord. And what we need to have is a yearning, a desire. It's not that we just know about God. We live in God, and God lives in us, and we experience His presence. We're transformed. We are a new creation. We are to live for all eternity at the heart of the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. From all eternity, the Father loves the Son infinitely. The Son, co-equal with the Father, can receive all the infinite love of the Father, and he pours it all back to the Father. This mutual love finds expression. It's said to be breathed forth, ruah, breath, spirated, the Holy Spirit. And this movement of love between them is where we are destined to be. Because the second person of the Trinity became man, he became incarnate, he became one of us. He took our nature so that we could then share in his divine nature. We would become divinized. And in and through him, we are drawn into the heart of the relationship between Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And there we are to rest forever. When I became involved in the charismatic renewal, I soon discovered that I had a healing ministry. And not only just praying for people with bad backs and other physical ailments, but for inner healing, the healing of life's hurts. And I find that when I'm dealing with people like that, they come through more quickly if they will spend time before the Blessed Sacrament. We spend hours before the Blessed Sacrament here in our chapel. There are people praying right now in our upstairs oratory. Because when you go before the Lord and experience his presence, it's always a healing presence. He wants to renew and transform us. He wants to put right the things that are wrong and equip us to carry out the particular function that God created us for. But the nearer you get to God, the more you discover what that is, and the more you fulfill his plan, and you are fulfilled yourself. And I've prayed with people all those years, and I've seen all those different reactions in people. Some come through quickly, some very slowly. But adoration is a key to transformation of our lives. Spending time with the Lord and being transformed into what he is. I spend a minimum of 1 hour every day before the Blessed Sacrament exposed. Sometimes longer. But that is a minimum. Not everybody may be able to do that, but if each person is do what they possibly can, and you find after a while you want to do more and more. And every time you do it, you find life so different. It's well said that if people say, I'm too busy, if you make time for the Lord, he makes time for you. So much time you know what to do with it. May God bless you. Open your life to the Holy Spirit and truly live.
Jesus said, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few." The church needs many more young men and women to respond to God's call. I'm Father Michael Sparrow from the Bellarmine Jesuit Retreat House, one of the priests highlighted on Vocari, Shalom World's weekly television show that highlights the diversity of men and women who have responded to God's call to priesthood and religious life. We count on your prayers and your generous gifts to help us continue to produce Vocari and a wide variety of other television inspirational shows seen around the globe for the glory of God. No gift is too small, no gift is too large. Support Shalom World TV, and the next time you tune in, you'll be glad you did.